Howdy. It is December the 27th today. How do I know it's December the 27th? Well, it's the day after Boxing Day, and I had to go to immigration today because I've got to report in every 3 months. And of course I was dreading it. There's bound to be something wrong and they'll want some kind of paperwork I haven't got and I haven't been told about and blah, blah, blah. But it was fine. No problem at all. I was in there for about 10 minutes because I made sure I got there early, 9 o'clock. But I was in there and done. So that's good. Incidentally, I'm using my lavalier microphone there, so I hope the audio is all right. And I tell you, I only had one day of consuming alcohol, which was Christmas Eve, the 24th. And I still feel not good, better than I was, but Jesus, it's just completely and utterly wrecked me, even mentally, sort of slightly anxious, irritable. I'm so disappointed with myself, really. I knew I shouldn't have done it, but I did. But the beauty is I shut it off like a light. So morning of the 25th, when I was feeling really bad, I said, that's it, no more alcohol, finished. And I'm back in that routine now. And so that's not an issue. I've just got to repair the damage that I did, that's all. I mean, how much damage can you do with just one booze up, you might like to ask me, but a lot of it's more kind of psychological damage, I just feel as though I've let myself down, and well, that's all I've got. I don't let anyone else down. I haven't got anyone else to worry about, so that's okay. But not good. I feel as though I've done something wrong, like you lose your temper with someone and you completely lose it and start yelling and whatever. And then a bit later when you calm down, you feel sorry and you want to apologize, Well, I feel exactly like that, only there's no one to apologize to apart from me. So anyway, no one else was hurt apart from me, which is good. Anyway, there's another reason I'm down here, and that is to check the water level, because it's on its way down again. And I can see from here that it's dropped a bit more as well, but I'll get back to you when I get up close. All right, so here we are. This is my place that's become my yardstick, my ruler. And yes people, we're in trouble, because if you go down to here, that's it, I'm fully zoomed in, the water has now gone down another 2 steps since I was here just, I don't know, about 4 or 5 days ago. And we've had no appreciable rain now for about 3 weeks, and it's now the dry season, and so we won't have any more appreciable rain until May, probably, in which time the water has gone down, I don't know, at least 2 feet, may even be 3 feet. And so I'll cut in a photo at this point in the video with some nice coloured arrows on it and an explanation as to where we stand now.
The red arrow is about as high as I've ever seen it. The yellow arrow is where it was standing when I got back here in June, before it really started to nosedive.
I was talking to my friend Arpi yesterday, I think it was, a Skype call. Fantastic modern technology. He was in Hungary and I'm in Thailand, and we can just have a chat and it don't cost us anything. So anyway, he was concerned about the water situation here because he's seen it in my post. So this is for you, Arpi. I hope it gives you some information. Anyway, I'm going to continue with my walk now. Well, that's the pumping engine, so that puppy is going to be high and dry again before very much longer at this rate, like it was a few weeks ago. We'll see. I can't really see whether you can see the light streaming down through the trees. No, we've lost it now. You can't. It was rather a nice effect there for a moment. And what we're doing now is we're across the dam, which is there, and we're now moving into the wooded section, which always reminds me, what doesn't remind me of something, of my runs. I used to run in those days back in sort of 2004, Fort Canning, Singapore. Maybe, someone's burning something. There's smoke drifting around, that's why we can see that effect. But this reminds me of Fort Canning. I always say, never has a place been more like Fort Canning without it being Fort Canning. This guy here is doing some clearing up and burning stuff. That's where all the smoke's coming from, just over here. It's good. Good that people are out here keeping all the dead leaves off the roads. Rather nice. Last thing you want in this weather is a bloody fire. But, oh, there you go. Keeps it clear. Now this little waypoint we're coming up to here is what I call the 1 mile gate, and my GPS tells me that it's exactly 1 mile from the start of the walk, which puts it at a quarter of the way round. Who knows what secrets are hidden behind that gate. There's a residence up there somewhere, but no sign that this gate is ever used to approach it. After this long, 3 weeks without any appreciable rain, it's amazing that the water is still coming off the hills, but it is not just here but all the way around. There are lots of little waterfalls like this, and all this drains into the lake, but it must only just about keep even with evaporation, I would have thought, let alone Patong Beach drawing all the water out for the hotels. What we're doing here is we're approaching this marker, which tells me we're half of the way around. So there's no point turning back now. My foot is hurting, courtesy of Christmas Eve and my excesses, but got to go on now. It's just as easy to go on as it is to go back. This here is what I call the calf, because it is a calf. You can actually buy food and drink there. And these bins here, as good as I can guesstimate it, these bins are 3 miles into the walk, or 3/4 of the way round, and now it's uphill all the way. So 4 miles to the step. the back.